Hi, this is Trepacer. I'm back from my vacation. I don't know if you can see this now. I didn't shave at all during the whole time I was there. Although, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tomorrow morning when I take my when I wash up, I'm going to shave. I'm going to try to leave the little beard thing I have going on here. I'll shave underneath here and on the sides and stuff. I just leave the facial hair here and my little goatee there, and just shave underneath here and stuff. Just want to see how it looks, for a little bit. I'll see how that looks when I uh when I dye my little goatee and stuff and mustache, and I'm gonna probably try to dye here because I don't want like a full beard thing. I just want like the mustache and little hair on the side here. Underneath, I don't need this, and on the sides and stuff. Okay, I just want the little beard and stuff. So anyway, I'll see how that looks. But anyway, I'm back from my vacation. I had a good time with my family and stuff. Very exciting. uh, or something was really wacky. I'm going to tell the story real quick because what I'm going to do, I got video and pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload them to my computer, and I'll just put them all together, and just so you can just see video. And I'm going to see if I can if I can download the the thing for the location. Oh, I wonder if I could upload the house so you can actually see. I mean, I took video of it and stuff, but you actually can see the pictures and stuff. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, I just want to see if I could save it. Uh, let's see. Uh, let's see. Uh, let's see. No, Google. No. No, maybe I'll leave a link to it. I'll just leave a link to it. Maybe that'll be better. I'll just leave a link in the description box of that video so you can actually click on the advertisement for the house and stuff. And like I said, the guy, I'm assuming he rents the house out for all the time and stuff. So like I said, we were there from Sunday through Friday morning, where we left. We got there. We left here. I think originally we were supposed to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning, but we left actually around 7:30. I think 7:30, maybe 8. And I think we got down there around a little bit after 4. I think. But anyway, it took longer to get back, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, this took, and maybe I'll discuss that in the video I'll have a little preamble before you see the pictures in the video. You know what? I'll save that story about what happened. There's an exciting kind of a story that happened with my family that I kind of want to share. I'll share that on that video. Okay, just so people know. But generally, we had a good time and stuff. And my little sister came with us, which I wasn't expecting because my niece invited her, and she came. And I think my sister had a good time for the most part and stuff. And I haven't seen my sister in a while, my little sister in a while, so it was good. And I'm glad that she came, exactly, because I got to talk to her and stuff. And hopefully, like I said, she'll feel better. Exactly. I don't like going without seeing relatives for a long time. Certain relatives, like I said, we grew up together. 10 of us. In the family and stuff. So when you get older, you kind of, like your privacy, and you kind of, like I said, I live with my stepfather here, and I'm happy because I'm kind of appreciate the privacy because growing up, you grow up with everybody's in the house, and it is what it is. So you just have to get used to it. So you kind of tend to appreciate. But I'm glad that she came, and I got to spend some time with her and stuff. Got to take her to the movie. And speaking of that, I'm going to do a review of Fantastic Four because I got to see that down there with my sister and my brother. I took them with me, and we saw the movie. And I actually interviewed them a little bit, so get their feelings on the movie, and I'll include that in the video when I do that review. You'll see that. I'll save it for the end so you can see what my brother and sister look like, and you can have them. I interviewed them in the car, so right after the movie, so they could tell me what they thought of the movie. Okay, and you can see what I thought of the movie as well. So I like that. And like I said, the vacation. I took a video of the house of my little nephew. Excuse me. I guess it would be my grandnephew because he's my niece's son. So I guess that would be grandnephew. But because he was great in the pool. He was like a ball of energy. Okay, just a really fun little kid. I think that kid's gonna be an athlete when he grows up. But that kid has so much energy and roaming around. He loves climbing up and down. There was 2 staircases in the house. Okay, so let me just tell this real quick, and I'll explain when I do my other video. There's a staircase that leads down, I guess, on the other side of the house. When you come through the front door, there's a staircase that, kind of a spiral staircase that goes up to the 2nd level where the bedrooms are, and then there's a staircase, and down at the bottom of in the front of the house, to the left of the staircase is like a library, but to the left of that, I guess to the right of that staircase is the kitchen, and then you see another staircase that goes up to the 2nd level, and then behind that is more rooms down there, and then the living room is to the left of the kitchen. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, like I said, we had a good time, and like I said, my sister came, and I'm glad she came, and and my sister, I think things are going to be looking up for her, so I'm happy for her, and I'm glad that she came. And my brother, my younger brother, he was like 2 years younger than me. He drove down. He drove down there and he drove back. And my brother's a really good driver. Like, I know he had got trained, I think, years ago on how to drive those like trucks for like deliveries and stuff. I think I think he had that job for a little bit, but I didn't think he had driven in a while. But I think he got his license, and he was driving. Like I said, he's really a really good driver. I complimented him earlier. I sent him an email, not an email, a text, telling him, thank you. Thank you for coming on the trip. I had a good time, and you're a really good driver. My brother, he really handled himself really well. Now, compared to my other brother, who's younger than him, who we go to the baseball games with, my brother Daryl, he's like Leadfoot. He loves my brother. You got to hold on, and my brother speeds here and there, left and right. But my brother, man, he drives really, really well. Just an excellent driver. I really was not worried at all in the car when I was with him at all. Just, again, driving there, and then he drove us back because it was me and him and my 2 sisters in the back. And, we drove in the big black car, and he's an excellent driver. Like I say, he drove us to the movies, drove us other places and stuff, Walmart and all that stuff to get stuff. And he's a really, really good driver. And I had to tell him, I said, listen, thank you I had a good time with you because we hung out, we watched football and all that stuff, and, hung out in the backyard and stuff. And I'll tell those stories when I do the video and stuff. But he's a really good driver. And I didn't know that he was that good a driver because, like I said, I haven't seen him, my brother, he lives with my sister and he works and all that stuff. So I haven't been around him to drive, but obviously he's been driving cars and stuff, and he's a really good driver, a really, really good driver, and I really appreciated that. And I'm glad that my sister and us, invited me because I wasn't planning on going on a vacation this year because I had a dental bill I had to pay, and when I had that medical issue before, and I had to get an ultrasound and stuff, so I'm paying that off as well. But I'm paying that off over time. But then my sister came up with this thing, and she told me about it, and I said, you know what? Let me go. And I'm glad that I did because I did have a good time. That Virginia, like I said, Virginia is a beautiful city. The only thing, like I said, it was hot as anything, and the bugs, dragonflies, they're just, and mosquitoes. It's July, so, and like I said, a lot of trees and forest around there. So of course, obviously, they got insects, and we even saw like a tiny lizard. I wish I should have filmed the little tiny lizard. Obviously, there's little tiny lizards because there's all these insects around, and you see these tiny lizards, or you saw them scooting around, chasing, I guess, the bugs to eat and stuff. And I know there's probably plenty of bugs for those lizards, the little lizards to eat, because there's plenty of between the dragonflies and everything else down there. Great. But anyway, I'm back. What else? Oh yeah. So besides this video, I'm gonna do the other video, the vacation video, and also my Fantastic Four review with my special guest stars, my brother and sister in that video. So that'll be that. And I also have the Peacemaker official trailer for season 2, because another thing was a teaser, but the official trailer came out like early, just I think before I left, but I didn't have a chance to edit it, so I'm going to record it now actually, And actually, I was gonna do it with my tripod, but my tripod is kind of leaning to the left. I think it's broke on the bottom of it, so I may have to buy another one. But the tripods are like less than 20 bucks. I think you can get a good tripod for 50 bucks. So I may buy another one and to replace this one because this one is kind of leaning to it's leaning, and you can tell on the bottom it's kind of I think it's kind of broke. I think I might have broke it moving it around because I move it and then I like place it over there, and I think I broke one of the so it's not balancing the right way. So anyway, I'll buy another one. But anyway, but in the meantime, I'm gonna because uh, I have Peacemaker Season 2 official trailer on this along with vacation pictures and video, and I'm gonna upload this to my computer, and I'll just I'll do what I did with the Superman video that when the teaser trailer came out, and I just played it on my computer and recorded my reaction here, so that way you got the two sounds, and then when I put it in Wondershare for More, I'll mute the sound of coming from the video from the trailer. I'll mute that sound because I'll have the sound from here from my web camera. So and then I'll just put this video in the Wondershare for More, and then put that video in Wondershare for More, and just film that reaction for that. Okay, and so I have this video, the vacation video, Fantastic Four video, and my Peacemaker official trailer for. And I do have a trailer, not a trailer, a video for my Paul Views in the Pains channel that I did actually make last week, but I didn't get a chance to because I think I recorded it Saturday, but we left Sunday morning early, so I didn't have a chance to upload that video about Gaza, and so I'm gonna upload it either tonight or tomorrow. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do these 4 videos, right? The Fantastic Four video, Peacemaker Season 2 official trailer, this video, the blog video, and my vacation video. So those 4 videos I'm going to try to do now. And I have my, like I said, my Gaza video, which I can actually upload if not tonight, probably tomorrow, because once I record these things, I'm going to eat. Okay, and but anyway, it's good to be back in New York City. And actually, I think it was hot up here. It was hot down there, but when I talked to my stepfather yesterday, I was explaining to him. He was saying that it was hot up here, but yesterday I could tell when we left Virginia, it was like 80 something in the morning, and then as we got further up, the temperature started like dropping down, and yesterday was like I think like 74. Excuse me, 74 degrees in New York here, so it was nice weather, and today was really nice. 77 is it was 79 supposedly, 77 it's supposed to go down to 61, which is really nice, especially for August. In the 60s for August, it's incredible. So last night I even turned off my air conditioner, and like I said, I'm not going to lift the window because my gauge, my threshold, I guess, if it was like 66 degrees, then I'll probably lift up the window. But anything below 66, I don't want to lift up the window to get a breeze because then I might get sick. But when it's in the 60s, I can leave the window down, and the room is going to be cool enough anyway. Because right now it says 80 degrees right here, but I don't know if that's the outside temperature. Although it says the outside temperature according to my phone is 77. It says 80. I don't know if that's for my room. I think that's the temperature for my room here, but it doesn't feel like 80. Okay, so I turned the air conditioner on a couple of times, and mostly been like in the mid 60s, like 65, something like 64. Okay, not because I can turn it all the way down to 60, but I haven't done that. And also, I had to order an air conditioner. I had to order a microwave. Apparently, my stepfather showed me the microwave. I bought that a couple of years ago. It was like you turn it on and it just stays on, and it doesn't heat up. It just comes on, and when you turn the power on, it comes on. And that's kind of old, so maybe it's done. So I just ordered a new one from Best Buy, and it should come tomorrow, which is a good thing. Because the Best Buy over here, the one on Fordham, it closed. I did notice that a few weeks back when I was going to get a haircut and stuff, and I walked past there, and it was closed. And now I see it did close. The Best Buy, unfortunately, around our, it closed. The one that's closest to up here. I know there's other ones further up in Yonkers, I think, and stuff, but it closed. The one closed here, so unfortunately, Best Buy kind of went down. When they stopped selling movies, that really pissed me off when they stopped selling movies. I know Target did that as well. And basically, when I have to order movies for digital code giveaway, I order them from Amazon, because that's probably the only way. Because I used to, like I said, my usual thing was to go to Best Buy and pick a few movies and buy them and have them for the contest. But now I have to order them through Amazon. And what I'm going to do, I am going to have a digital code giveaway contest for next week. So I'm going to look and see what's available and probably place an order and have enough movies. And next Saturday, my sister, I think she said she wants to take, want to take my older sister, because I haven't seen her in a while. And originally, my older sister was going to come on vacation with us, but she, she has other issues going on, so she didn't wind up not going. So her daughter came with us and her granddaughter. Okay, and they had a good time. But my sister, I think, wants to invite my sister out, maybe for lunch or maybe even for dinner next Saturday, and maybe invite my brother, who so that way we can talk to her just to see, gauge how she's doing, how she's feeling and stuff, because we worry about her. Because my sister, I mean, my older sister, she used to call me all the time, like practically all the time, like every couple of days she used to call me and we used to talk, and I missed those phone calls. And also, what's also reminded me of her was these pictures. I don't want to take them out now, but when my brother was locked up, my brother who passed, my brother Kenneth who passed, and we used to go up there and you could take pictures, $5, I think you could take 3 pictures or something, whatever. And I got a ton of them. And last night, when I was unpacking my stuff and the pictures that I had them, because I used to have them up here before the green screen. I had them, like a stack of them up here, all these Polaroids that we took. But I put them in my bag, and then I was, they were on my bed, because for all the stuff that I took out to take my little blue and gray bag with us. So I was putting them back in, and I was just going through them, and I was just looking at the pictures of my brother, and this really made me miss my brother, just and think about him all the time. And I always think about him because I got a picture of him right there, him and my other brother, in front of his car, and it just really, brought back a lot of memories and stuff of us going to see him. Like we went to see him, like was it twice a set? I think it was at least once a month we went to see my brother. Went up to, while we went on a Saturday, we went up to, got up early and went to see him, see him in prison, buy him food and stuff and just chat with him to, see how he was doing and stuff. And so I miss my brother. I really do. And I remember, I think I was the last one out the day that we had his funeral. And there's a part of me that just didn't want to leave. I really didn't. Because I felt like we were leaving him there. And I know that's weird to say that, but I excuse me, I just, because everybody, emptied out and stuff, and then I just stayed in there because, he's in the casket and stuff, and I really felt weird leaving him there, because I know we cremated him and stuff, but I just felt weird leaving him there because his physical body was there. I know his spirit was gone and all that stuff, but I hated leaving him there. I really did. I know that's weird to say that, but I felt really, I hated leaving him there. I really did. And you know what the weird thing is also about that? I think at that time I had COVID. I didn't know I had COVID at that time, but I did. Because later I found out, because I remember that day I felt weak going to the funeral, and I thought it was out because I was sad and all that stuff, but it was weak because I had COVID. And then I remember my brother dropped me off. I think the other everybody else went to to eat out, but I said I was just tired because I had to even sent my brother to Burger King to get me something to eat because I felt a little lightheaded and stuff. And I just, I had my brother drive me home, and I had my suit on. And I literally jumped in the bed with my suit on and fell asleep. That's how worn out I was. And I thought it was because of the funeral and the emotions, all that, but it wasn't that. It was COVID. I had COVID. That made me tired and stuff. So I literally slept in my suit. I went to sleep. I got home, I think maybe around 7 or something, or whatever, 8 o'clock, and I laid down in the bed and I fell asleep in my suit. Literally, that's how tired I was and weak. I felt no energy and stuff. And then I remember, I think the next day I went out to get something to eat. I went to the corner store. I bought some soup and stuff, and and something to eat, and I remember just in Gatorade, I think, and I remember walking up the steps and feeling just weak, just walking up the steps, and it's only like a couple of steps to the front of my building, and then you walk a little ways, and there's another couple of steps till you get to the door. And I remember telling my sister, I said, I feel weak. I said, I feel just weak. I feel really weak. Now, there's this stupid clinic over here on Bainbridge that we were next to the deli and stuff that we kept going there because, you know, to test to see if you get false positives. And they kept saying, okay, no, you don't have COVID, you don't have COVID. But I felt weak. And I called my sister and told her that. And she said, you know what? Go to the ambulance. She said, call the ambulance and go to the hospital. Let them test you. Okay? And sure enough, I did. I called the ambulance and went to the doctor. And they said, yeah, you have COVID. Okay? And that's why I said that this BS clinic kept telling us we didn't have COVID. And came to find out, not only did I have COVID, a couple of other my family members had COVID too, and you know I had to stay home, and plus I stayed home for a couple of days, and they told me that you're gonna develop the antibodies. I think she gave me some antibiotics or something, and then I went home and stuff, and I remember I lost my sense of appetite. That was another reason why I knew that I had COVID, because I lost my sense of appetite and stuff. The only thing that I could taste was pizza, and I would buy like soup and eat that, and orange juice, and like some cookies here and there. But the only thing I could eat that I could really taste was pizza. And every day I would go to the, I bought a couple of cans of soup, Gatorade, because I could taste that, and I would go to the store and go to the pizza shop and buy a pizza. I would buy a pizza for lunch, and then maybe 2 slices that I could eat, warm up and eat for dinner. And that was the only thing that I could taste until finally my taste buds came back, and I could taste it. And then I remember I went to the City Med place, I think a couple of days later, just to test it again to see if and the guy tested me. He said, no, you don't have COVID anymore. I remember he tested me. He gave me the swab test, and he said, we'll email you on your phone, let you know if you have, and what the results are. And he told me that more likely you're developing the antibodies for this, so you'll be able, even if you test positive, you're developing the antibodies, and you're gonna overcome this COVID. But sure enough, I got the thing on my phone said, okay, you tested negative, and because at that time, excuse me, I was out for bereavement for my brother dying. I was on bereavement, and when I told my boss that I had tested positive for COVID, she said just stay out until you feel better. So then I told her once I got the negative test that I could come back to work. So I think I was out basically for like a month, because I think my brother had died on the 16th of March, and I came back to work on around the 18th of April. I think that was what it was. I remember the 16th, I think, because I think the day before I had went to the dentist. The day before my brother passed, I went to the dentist, and then that morning, because my brother died that morning after I had left, I went to the dentist that day. I remember I left work and I went to the dentist, and I came home, and then that morning I still remember it. And this is when my other brother that came with me on vacation to Virginia, he was coming over to the house and cooking for my brother and stuff, and making sure he'd take his pills and all that stuff. And I remember I went to work the day before, and usually what happens is when he would get up, when I would get up and wash it, then I would make sure he was awake, and then I would give him a couple of dollars so he can buy cigarettes, and I would give him a couple of cigarettes and make sure he took his pills and stuff. And then my brother would go downstairs and smoke, and then because he couldn't smoke in the building, we didn't want to smoke in the house, and he couldn't smoke in front of the building, so my brother would go downstairs and either smoke across the street or smoke down the block. And I remember, I gave that stuff to him, and I went downstairs, and then I went, finishing getting dressed and all that stuff. Then I was leaving, and I remember I went left, and I saw my brother come down the stairs, and he had his coat on, and I think he had his boots, and he was going, down the block to smoke. And I remember wanting to say something to him, like, "Kitty, put your pants on," because he had like his shorts on and his sneakers and his coat. And I remember I started to say something to him, but I said, "Nah, I'll tell him later." And I just kept walking. and that was the last time I actually saw my brother until we found out that he had passed. Later that day, he passed after we left and stuff. So, anyway, sorry. But anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to have a digital code giveaway contest next week. I'm going to, like I said, so look for, besides this video, you're going to have a vacation video, my Peacemaker Season 2 official trailer video, and my Fantastic Four video with my special guest stars, my brother and sister. You'll have that video exact. So I'm going to try to do those. And also I have the Gaza video that should be on my computer. Okay? Like I said, all I'm going to do is plug this into my computer and download the pictures and the video from the vacation video and also Peacemaker Season 2 video. And I'm going to record my reaction to that and put that in one ship for more and do it. So anyway, you got 4 videos to look forward to, plus my Gaza video. And I may do another video tomorrow. But also the digital code video, the digital code giveaway contest will be next Saturday. Okay? I will make a post when I order the video, when I order the movies. Okay. So anyway, okay, and this video is almost going to be almost 30. This is 26 minutes. I tend to ramble. Like my last 2 in bed vlogs have been almost 30 minutes, and this one is getting close to that. So, like I said, I had a good time, and I wouldn't rule out doing this again. And maybe we should take a vacation. I think maybe like in the fall or something like that. I would love to do that because I was thinking about if when we were sitting out there, I said this place must be really nice in the fall. Okay, and he probably doesn't rent the house out in the fall. He probably does it this in the summer because you probably get more tourists. But I think that house would be beautiful because, like I said, he has a pool there. You got a nice location and stuff. Probably in the fall. I know it doesn't get that cold probably in Virginia. Maybe in certain parts of Virginia it snows, but not that cold. It's like the Northeast and stuff. But I'm sure sitting out on that deck like me and my sister and my brother were, in the wintertime with a nice breeze, you don't have as many bugs out there. I'm sure the pool will probably be closed up because it's, it's fall and stuff. But you can sit out there and just imagine, just enjoy the beauty of it. And like I said, that neighborhood was so absolutely beautiful. Like I said, we driving around, like we would go to Walmart and stuff to which was just a little ways away. And originally I wanted to go to Red Robin. I should have went to Red Robin, but we had so much food in the house. Kind of didn't make sense to go there. I did want to go there, show my brothers, and my sister to go to Red Robin. I kind of planned to do that, but then, plans changed and stuff. But that was a beautiful neighborhood and again, that guy is doing the right thing. Like I said, I'm sure he lives further down somewhere. But that neighborhood is absolutely breathtaking. His house, absolutely beautiful and stuff. Like I said, it was nice and cool. At nighttime, we had the air on in the house, and it was nice. And he told us to keep the shade. He had these heavy blinds on the window, heavy black blinds on the window. And he said keep them down because he said if you raise them up, the room is going to get hot immediately. So we kept them down in our room, so it was nice and cool in our room, especially at nighttime. When the temperature would drop, it was nice and cool in our rooms. The air would kick in, and it was nice and cool. I would put the covers over my head and stuff, and the beds were comfortable. It was really nice. So I like that. And again, that's the thing to do. And I can't wait. I want to retire to a place like that where it's nice and quiet and stuff. That's what I would like to do. Retire someplace like that. That would be absolutely beautiful. But anyway, okay. So again, look for these 4 videos. My Fantastic Four review with my special guest stars. Vacation video. This In Bed blog video and my Peacemaker Season 2 official trailer video. And plus I have my Gaza video. The Gaza video may not go up till tomorrow. Okay? So I'm going to work on these 4 videos now. It's around 6:13 p.m. Okay? And I'm watching the Met game as well while I'm doing this. And I'm probably going to eat around 7. So I'm going to do this. So anyway, again, look for the digital code giveaway video as well. I will make a post when I order the movies and they're coming. My microwave is coming tomorrow. Okay? And it's good to be back in New York, but I did have a good time on my vacation, and I think you'll see because I do a little mini tour of the house and all that stuff. But I think you'll see there's some really good things in that video that I want to show people. So anyway, take care, be well. In the description box are links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also a link to my other channel, Bob Views and Opinions. You check that out as well. Also a link down below to my Patreon. Patreon's $5 a month, over 200 videos, 5 different categories. Follow the link, we'll take it there. Also have a link down below to my merchandise store. where I sell t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodie, water bottles, teddy bears for men, women, unisex. Follow the link, it'll take you to the store. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Trepacer saying so long. Take care.